Hello, hello. I am Bridget Rowe. I am energy. I am powerful, and I am who I say I am. The purpose of this video is to talk really briefly about the coronavirus, about Eumelanin, about 5G, and to give my perspective of those things that's happening in the physical reality. This is my perspective, so I cannot create in your reality. So do your own research and I can inspire you though. I can share a message with you though, and maybe it'll open up your mind to how you're thinking, or maybe seeking knowledge and truth for yourself. But nonetheless, I just wanted to come on really quickly and share my take because I saw throughout my thread on my timeline of Facebook and Instagram how a lot of people are in the fear of the coronavirus, and it ties hand in hand with 5G and hand in hand with you melanin, if you ask me. So first of all, why listen to me? Why listen to me? I would say why listen to me because I am a black woman, and on an intellectual level, I am in I am nature, and I am in tune to knowing and my connection with the universe. I have a spiritual frequency that's in tune with the earth, and so you would call that maybe intuition, which all women have. We all have, all beings, women and men, we're in tune, but just on different frequencies. Everybody has the ability to tap in at higher frequency, but some choose to stay vibrating where they are and decide maybe in other lifetimes that they're going to master self. So basically, what I'm saying here is the value to listen to somebody that's in tune versus listening to someone who is at root chakra survival mode, lacking knowledge of themselves, or on low frequency. And when I say low frequency, that could be them being on drugs. If you pay attention to low frequency beings, and I'm not judging anybody here, I once was there. When you're at lower frequency, you don't really realize that you're at lower frequency until you wake up. And so lower frequency beings are probably vibrating on the drug frequency. And it could be a drug as simple as coffee with caffeine consumption, and they have to have their fix every day. It could be just simply high fructose corn syrup, which tricks your brain into thinking that you're hungry when you're really full. It could be medication, which all medication has the ability to calcify the pineal gland, no matter what type of medicine it is. It could be sugar. Sugar itself is a drug. It can be the DNA consumption of animals, what we consume so much, and we cannot harbor too much of DNA inside of our body. At least we become toxic, and we're transferring too much dead corpse inside of us. It can be something as simple as alcohol, which alcohol works as an astringent to strip a part of you, which is your soul essence of you. It can be any type of high besides that of your own, because you are the high, you are the drugs, you are the dimethyltryptamine. Okay, so you or we collectively as consciousness do not need outside forces to stimulate us. We need to learn how to get in tune with our higher self in order to vibrate higher, regardless of what's going on. So this is what I mean when we're at lower frequency and on drugs. And so that's why I listen to someone who has done the work and has cleaned up themselves in an effort to vibrate higher. Not to say that this person is greater than, we're all on a journey. So anyway, nonetheless, the fear of the coronavirus, I want to put this out there first and foremost. If you vibrate on a frequency of fear, you've already lost the battle, because fear is going to decrease your immune system. Fear is equivalent to being on one of those drugs that I was just calling out. All of them have the ability to decrease your immunity. See, the thing here in the physical reality that we must understand is that we're all gods and goddesses. Some of us don't realize that. And so we allowed these outside stimulus to affect us and to stop us from realizing it. And we have to get from underneath that, because they have in this matrix, in this illusion, other beings that do work to keep you at your lower self, that give you fear to look upon, to take away your light, your rights, your privacy, in order to get to know more about you, what you're thinking, how you're behaving. So fear is the way that they do that. They have always done that by giving scare tactics, like let's just say 9/11, for example, a big scare tactic to say that they're terrorists attacking, the country, and we have to increase security. Now we need homeland security. So now we have to check your ball sack, check your private parts, check your bag, invade all of your privacy, because we just gave you fear. And now, because we gave you fear, you're going to give up those rights now more freely. We created the fear in you. So just be mindful anytime that you're hearing about viruses and sickness and diseases, that there's the fear factor. I'm not saying to be naive. Yes, get your water. Yes, increase your immunity. Yes, do what you must do in a calm state of being, though. Just being chaotic with the fear energy is not going to get you there. It's going to get you in trouble, and in right where the matrix wants you to be, in the illusion, separated from self. When your higher self is saying all is well with you, all is well. And so, this particular coronavirus, what I also want you to pay attention to is the fact that corona is, sometimes we have to break down the words. Corona is the crown. This has everything in the year of 2020. It has everything to do with the calcification of the pineal gland, everything to do with the lower energy beings in this realm. I do not want to say this without showing compassion and love for lower energy beings, but everything has a season. And for those in the physical reality that are on low frequency, the coronavirus is one of the tactics that's going to be used to wipe them out. And it can be fear from them. Just by you having the fear alone, that's enough to put you such at a low frequency that you'll catch it and you'll destroy your own self, because all things in this realm are mental. But this is my take on it, that this is something that's going to be used to destroy a lot of people in the physical reality, those that are vibrating at low frequencies already. They're already there. They're already freaking out about it already. They haven't experienced it. They're constantly posting about it. They're constantly thinking about it. And that's the attack right there alone. And so I wanted you all to be mindful of what this has to do, how it also ties into 5G. Now, let me talk about that a little briefly. So the corona, that's low frequency beings that can be affected, right? So 5G, I spoke about that on my YouTube channel before, and how it's going to be wiping people out as well, because those that do not possess, and this is not a black white thing. I don't just want to make it seem as if I'm only just talking to black people, because when you really vibrate high, you realize that all is energy, all is God, but people are vibrating at different levels. And if we want to go any really further with this, how we have the different bloodlines, and we'll say, oh, well, all the black people, we got the best blood, and we got the old type blood type, like an Anunnaki type being, right? Okay, that's fine and dandy. But keep this in mind now. We all stem from love, God, source energy, love being the most powerful form of energy there is. So if we pay attention to the Anunnaki and the story of how they pretty much created us, we can better understand that we, and when I say we, I'm talking about black people, were genetically modified from the Anunnakis, right? So we, in this physical reality, we have the old blood type, the stronger blood type, right? And so we can look at other people and we can say that they, and then when I say they, I'm talking about maybe the lighter hued being, a Caucasian being. We can say, okay, they were genetically modified. At the end of the day, all of us have been genetically modified, because there's nothing new under the sun. This is why I say all is God. Okay. And so we can talk about the story of why the Anunnaki created us. And it was actually to work and to be in pretty much kind of like enslaved, to mine for gold and diamonds and zinc and things of that such, right? So, and then we look at white people and we look at slavery times, and then we say that, okay, the black people was enslaved, and the whites, had their freedom, so to speak. What I'm saying here is that there's nothing new under the sun. So we got to get past who put who enslaved and who have this color skin and who have that color skin. All is God. We're all stemming from this higher form of energy of love, okay? And there is nothing new under the sun. The Anunnaki did it to the blacks when they put us in slaves, so to speak. This is supposedly our ancestors, right? And so the blacks got it done too, because there's nothing new under the sun, is what I'm saying here. So back to the 5G here. So we have people, we have this melanin. We have this eumelanin. And this we assume that the eumelanin beings are only the beings that have black skin, dark hue about themselves, right? And then we have the pheomelanin, and that might be the Caucasian being. This is physically when we look at them with our eyes, okay, our two eyes, our physical eyes. But keep in mind the eumelanin that I'm speaking of on this particular channel today. I'm talking about the eumelanin that's in the central nervous system, the one that we collectively cannot see with these two eyes. This is on the inside of the body. And so that's why I don't focus on the outside with color or hue or lack thereof, because let's be honest now, I know some white people that I look at and be like, wow, are you black inside of that? And I know some black purple people, and I can say, dude, you missing a whole link, a whole chain, because I can't even feel you. So it's really not the outside. The physical is what I'm saying. So anyway, back to this eumelanin. So with this 5G, I did this video and I was telling about, how 5G is really going to like zap some people who's lacking melanin. It's kind of like a microwave that's going to be like zapping them from the inside out. And this has everything to do with the blood, everything with you taking care of your body, everything with your immunity. And so people who have this toxic blood and haven't purified and increased their frequency, they're going to feel this, whether they are black or white, they're going to feel this. Now, I would say that maybe black people that have a lot of the eumelanin, they'll be more well off, but they're going to feel the effects of the 5G. And 5G has already been released. They have a deal right now with T-Mobile where you can get buy one, get 50% off for phones right now that have the 5G umbrella. So yes, it's going to be toxic for some, but hey, there's a benefit for 5G too. And I want you to see the benefit, because nothing's just one-sided in this reality here. So the benefits of it is this: our ancestors, the gods in higher realms that vibrate at higher frequency, in order for them to come into our realm, we have to increase our frequency to step up. See, even like when we're praying, for example, you could pray and you could cry in your closet or whatever, and ask God, why? Come help me, da da da. But the thing is, God don't come to low frequency to help you at that low level. You gotta always step up to God, to source energy. And so with this new frequency, this 5G frequency, in this realm, it's going to allow the gods, the higher energy beings, to come and vibrate and kind of like sup with us, so to speak. So that is a plus, because you know how people be saying the ancestors are here or the ancestors are coming. Yes, we ourselves in physical essence have been reincarnated lifetime after lifetime, and we have the DNA and we pick up the lifetimes and the consciousness other ancestors. But there are other energies still. You're not the all, we're not the source. So there are other energies or beings. You call them what you want, the Anunnaki, Jesus, Krishna, whoever you think in your mental is coming. That form of energy is getting close to us. So 5G has greatness about it too. But see, what you have to do in your realm, for your temple, for your kingdom, which is your body, is that you got to make sure that you're vibrating on the frequency where you can sup with God. And so that frequency, and I'm not saying you must be a vegan, but at least pay attention to how much DNA that you're downloaded inside of your temple, because your body can only take so much. I also talked about having shungite, which has a filler that has a plethora of hydrogen that keeps you with a lighter frequency about you. Shungite stones, you need to look into that. Maybe carrying that, maybe sleeping underneath your pillow, maybe putting it in your car, maybe getting a little keychain with a shungite stone on it. It is also important that you hydrate yourself. You have to hydrate your body, because what is water? H2O, that's hydrogen and oxygen. See, God, you meet God in that realm, in that hydrogen and oxygen realm. This is why also meditation is important, because you'll become a light body. You're focusing on the right now moment instead of what's going on. And even if you don't know the ins and outs, I always give out little dips and dabs on how you can meditate. Here's another one. If you don't know what to do, be still and just know that you're God. Pay attention to your breath. Pay attention to your feet when you're walking. Pay attention to yourself when you're washing your hand, the touch. See, meditation and becoming one with self and becoming close to God in that hydrogen and oxygen mode is realizing that you have 5 senses and paying attention to them. So you want to smell a smell. You want to see with your eyes, be able to touch, and you want to be able to taste, and you want to be able to enjoy that thing. That's how you in the now. When you live in the past, it's only going to make you depressed. When you're thinking about the things that have been, you're only going to be in sorrow, because those things are not going to happen for you ever again in this physical reality, not just the way that you saw them. When you're thinking ahead, you're anxious. So your frequency is off there too. Sometimes, even if it's only 10 minutes for a day, you got to be in the now. You got to touch your skin and understand what touch really means. You got to smell the goodness of life and understand what that means. You got to go outside in nature and just be. And that's how you be still and know that I am God. Sleep is also important for you. Sleep is when your immune system has a chance, rather your body has a chance to refuel itself and to heal itself. And that's when our melatonin takes effect as well too. See, in the day we have our serotonin, our feel good, but at night that melatonin, this is why Black people, or let me say Black people, melanated people that already have that eumelanin inside of them, they need like that 5, I think it's called 5. They don't need those type of drugs. Those drugs weren't created for those type of beings. So when they begin to try to consume that, saying can't sleep, it becomes more detriment to them than it does work positive, because they already have that life force in abundance inside of them. They just probably consume so much of other DNA and got it compacted and toxic with other types of animals, or not even just animals, toxic thinking. This is also what I want to share with you. That depression, that headache, that anxiety, because you're looking in the past, that's the same that resonates on that fear frequency. That's going to be the thing that's going to get you with the coronavirus. That's going to make 5G the worst thing in your life, baby. We can't vibrate there. We can't vibrate there. That is not meant for us to vibrate there. And let me tell you, this central nervous system, where our junk DNA lies, our soul essence, this is all tied to our crystalline self, our crystal fluid. This is why they call it the coronavirus. It has everything to do with your crystal fluid, your pineal gland inside of your head, your soul essence. And even if we go into the spiritual essence of it, in the Bible, church people, they talked about this. You probably didn't understand it when they were talking about the bloodlines of the different people. When they promised, when I forget who it was that passed, he was like, please, whatever you do, don't marry in with that bloodline. It was always about the blood of the Lamb, the blood of Jesus, the blood that was on the door seals of those. What it was when there was some type of curse that was going around. Pharaoh, when he was told to let my people go or whatever, they told him to put the blood of the people of the sacrificial offering around the door seal, because the blood had melanin inside of it. Okay. It's always been about the melanin. Even if you pay attention in this physical reality, how they have some people that will consume blood. You know, some famous people you'll hear about that they took blood baths and that they put blood in, you know, they drunk blood, or they adopting certain types of people, and there are different races. Come on now, people, wake up. It's your blood. It's your DNA. It's your crystals fluid. This is why when you go and have a baby, they take your placenta, your blood, your circumcised penis, they take that, your blood. It's all about you. You're the gods and you don't even know who you are. And you're afraid of a coronavirus when you should already know that you have power over those things. We have power over everything in this physical reality. But we're running around worried about a coronavirus. That has nothing to do with us. If you're taking care of the kingdom of God, you should not be living in fear at all. And so when they call for blood, now keep in mind your blood. See, this is why a lot of people probably don't even know their blood type, because they don't normally just give out your blood type information, because we're evolving, and then we'll begin, if we paid attention to it all throughout our lives, we'll see that some of us used to have toxic blood, but because we're evolving, now a lot of us, our blood has purged back to that O type, that Anunnaki blood type. And so all this time where our privacy has been taken from us, and we've let outside sources find out what we're thinking and what we're doing, the reason being is because they know that we're the ones that's designed and sent here to attack them, but they're trying to attack us first. They're trying to attack us with fear, us with scare tactics, us with coronaviruses, when we're the gods. Now, how crazy is that? Take care of your soul. Don't vibrate on fear. You should be vibrating on the love frequency and love for all. Let go of that black and white. I'm telling you, because it's meaningless. I'm a Black woman. I heard the stories. I know about the so-called his story, but I'd rather pay attention to her story, which is my story, the one that I write for myself and my mentor every day. The one that I choose to make law for me every day. And I just want to inspire you all to pay attention to the bull crap out there and stop being afraid, because God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and of power and a sound mind. That's it. I say, wow, this is everything that came to my mind this morning. High frequency. Yes, it's all about vibrating high. That's it. That's it. And you vibrate high and you get to a place in your journey. You get to a place. Hey, Jizzle, how you doing, babe? You get to a place in your journey, because even for me being introverted, I share this with you all, that I'll go in and I'll speak and then I'll have to come back and recharge. But I want you all to realize this too. When you're tuned into source energy, you are never depleted of your energy. What I really am saying at those pivotal moments is that I allowed that low frequency to make mine weaker. And that's something that I still have to work on. See, because I'm on a journey too. And that's why I wanted to share that with you all. You should let nothing or no thing separate you from the love of God. You should let no low frequency penetrate your high frequency. because source energy is eternal. It never get low. It's always love. You see? So there's even work that I have to do, and I meditate and I eat well. And I do the affirmations and I look at myself as all men. I stay in the now when I'm not on here. Before I got on here, I was in the now moment. Regardless of my situation, regardless what happened to me yesterday, I know how to get back into the now. I know that all of my thoughts is based upon my reality that I have unfolding in front of me. And I can't blame that on outside sources. So you can sit up there, you could go and you can make the news of the corona news your reality if you want to. You can make that fear your reality if you want to, and you'll be on the news tomorrow, if that's what you want to do. Or you can close that browser and be still and know that you are the God that's running the show. The choice is always yours. Choose wisely. Be blessed.